Happy Tasty Tuesday, everybody. I'm Michelle with Fun in Key West, and I am so glad that you guys stopped by. Here's the thing. There's something about being on vacation that just literally screams brunch. You're not getting up in your routine. You're not getting ready for work. You're taking it easy in the morning. And I think this is the perfect reason why I decided that we're going to talk about the best brunch in Key West. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am probably going to miss your favorite spot. I get it, but there are so many places to choose from in Key West, and everybody has their favorites. Just like me and you, we all have our favorites. But as I was sitting there having my morning coffee this morning, I thought, I have a blog post over at FunInKeyWest.com, and it needed a little bit of updating, a little bit of refreshing. And I thought, you know what? I think I would just check in with you guys on this Tasty Tuesday and say, be sure to check out that updated blog post. It has a ton of information in it, and it'll be down in the show notes and it'll be down in the comments, but be sure to check that out. For those of you who are watching live, put in the comments, say, hey, Michelle, this is the best place for lunch, and this is why. But we're going to be talking about brunch. It's breakfast, it's lunch, it's an excuse to drink orange juice with bubbles and still be in flip-flops, right? There's going to be a lot of places, but I think we would start first with the icons. Of course, Blue Heaven, top of the list for everybody. It's iconic Key West. You've got the roosters. They actually have a rooster graveyard there. If you've not checked it out, you can pay homage to those roosters there that are no longer there. Live music. You get the tropical vibe there. You have the eggs Benedict, the lobster Benedict. Of course, their legendary key lime pie with the meringue that is just ginormous. And I think it's breakfast until 2 p.m. Don't quote me, but double check. But I think they serve breakfast until 2 p.m. They obviously have a Sunday brunch that everybody enjoys. If you're heading down to Key West in September-ish, October, watch their socials because they do close up shop and allow everybody to have a vacation during that transition time between summer and the busy season that starts up. So be sure to check out. So if Blue Heaven is on your absolute list, make sure that they're going to be open. Heading back down Duval, of course, you have Bagatelle. I keep talking about this place. Historic home. You go in and you see all of the details inside. And it harkens back to being the time in Key West when you had all of the ship captains there and the wreckers, and they were doing all of that. And you can see how they kept a lot of those historical details in the home. But you can sit on the porch and people watch. I just love sitting there and people watching. They have a great lobster mac and cheese that you can have. Of course, your fresh bagels, all in cocktails and champagne during most brunch hours. And I know, I am not going to forget this one, Pepe's. Of course, Pepe's. It's the oldest restaurant in town. It's been around since, I think, 1909. And it's a hearty brunch, a hearty breakfast. They serve homemade bread that rotates. And I have to tell you, I go there just for the bread. They have house-made hot sauces and, of course, bottomless coffee. You got me at bottomless coffee, right? Now, if you're looking for brunch with a view, there's a couple places I'm going to recommend. Hot Tin Roof. It's located there over at Zero Duval, and it's waterfront. It's a luxury brunch. That's Caribbean fusion mixed. It's a Caribbean fusion mixed brunch menu. There's a lot of words there, but it's elegant. It's more upscale. So you're not going to walk in there in your shorts and your tank tops. This is where you wear your little summer dress and maybe a little nicer pair of shorts. But always check for any updated specials that they have. But that's a great place. Bistro 245, I think it keeps rotating names, but it's right there in Mallory Square. It's where all of those chairs are at. Beautiful view of Mallory Square. You can sit out there, have brunch, watch people come through and enjoy Mallory Square. If there happens to be a cruise ship in town, you can watch them either dock or just take in the view of the cruise ship. They offer light, breezy brunch, wraps, sandwiches, all of that. If you're looking for something, though, that has an absolute stunning view, then head out on the water. Argo Nevis Sailing Charters offers a brunch cruise, and I think it's from May to November. When you go on their website, you'll be able to check their availability. But it's a 75-foot luxury catamaran, full brunch while you're cruising the waters around Key West. You get bottomless, bubbly, harbor views, and an absolutely bucket list brunch experience. You're going to love it. Worth the stroll, because we're going to take you off of Duval. These places are not on Duval and are worth the adventure. Of course, you have Moondog Cafe, which is over on Whitehead, right across from the Hemingway House. And they have a great bakery. You walk in that front door and all of those baked goods are just going to meet you and going to be saying, buy me, buy me, buy me, all from that case. Go in and they have great omelets. They have breakfast burritos and tacos. Check it out. They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but they do an amazing job with brunch. Artistic smells, artistic flares, and the inside vibe of Moondog is great. They do have an outside patio, and so you can enjoy that as well. Azure is off of Duval, and this is a local favorite. They're known for their frittatas and their sides and their quiet atmosphere. And don't forget about dinner there. It's a great place to go, but because brunch is just the beginning. If you've got a car or you want to take an Uber or something over to Stock Island and explore Stock Island, check out Matt's Stock Island Kitchen. They offer American coastal comfort food, and you've got a great view of the harbor over there or the marina over there. You get croissants, you get fresh fruit, but it's just a great place just to stroll around and check out. So be sure to head over to Stock Island and see that. If you're looking for some places that are a little on the cool side, bottomless bubbles and all of that, here's a couple of places I want you to check out. Breakfast Club 2. They only serve breakfast and lunch or brunch. You're probably going to stand in line. Well worth it. You get homemade biscuits there. They have those smoothie bowls. They have an amazing Bloody Mary selection. So if you've had a little bit of too much of an evening before and you're trying to wear that off, Bloody Marys is always a cure. And they offer some really interesting twists to a standard Bloody Mary. I think it's the best place to start fueling up the day. It's over on Green Street, but be sure to check that out. Of course, you have the cafe. And if you are into vegetarian or vegan type foods, this is your spot on the island of Key West. It's bright. The coffee is strong. I'm going to warn you now. The coffee is strong, but it's really good and it hits the spot. I think there's only a weekend brunch, but double check. The menu rotates a lot depending on season and seasonality. Over on Duval, you have two places and they're close to each other. So if you don't want to go to one, you can go to the other. You have Logrino and you have Banana Cafe. You have at Logrino, they're open, I think, until about 2-ish. Standard breakfast fare. You go in and get your coffees, your espressos. They have an outdoor porch that you can sit on and just people watch. Of course, Banana Cafe, French cuisine. They have the French crepes, savory, sweet, whatever you are in the mood for, I'm sure they can make that. How about some hidden gems and places that locals love? Two Friends Patio Restaurant. It's over on Front Street. If you have a car and let's say you're staying out in Newtown over on North Roosevelt and you want to drive in, they usually have free parking. Limited spacing, but they have free parking. They have open air because the windows are open and so there's a nice breeze that goes through there. Usually have live music playing most of the day. It's very casual. They have killer hash browns, omelets. They have an early morning happy hour that you need to check out. But that's a really great place. Breakfast, lunch, dinner are there. If you're over on Simonton Street, you have Anna's Cafe. It's a local secret for coffee and a place just for peace and relaxation. It's a great place if you are a digital nomad and you just need to sit and do some work outside of maybe your hotel room or your bed and breakfast and you just want a different change of scene. It's also a great place if you are a solo traveler and you're wanting to just meet people or just people watch. That's a great place to check out. Of course, one of my favorite places to go, and you're going to stand in line here and wait, but that's Sarah Beth's. It's New York meets Key West. I love the collection of the rubber ducks there. And if you happen to need reading glasses to read the menu and you forgot yours, you can always borrow a pair. I think that's the best marketing thing I've seen in a long time. If you're wanting to splurge and really take brunch to that next level, you're celebrating something, or it's your last morning in Key West and you just want to do something amazing, check out Latitudes. You're going to take the ferry over to Sunset Key, and it's a ride unto itself, and that's the fun part of getting over there. Amazing, epic views. Of course, you can do Latitudes for dinner, and of course, you've got the sunset over there. But think about in the morning. I think it's a great place to head over. They do have a dress code, so be sure to check that out for breakfast. But it's a classy brunch, tropical cocktails, nice place to head out to. Another place with an amazing view, and one of my favorite places is Louie's Backyard. You're going to love the patio out there, the view, just something a little bit different. And I think it's classy, it's relaxed, and they get all kinds of brunch rewards. I'm going to throw out a wild card for you and check out a bonus one here. Schooner Wharf. Yep. Head over to Schooner Wharf. They offer breakfast. Of course, they offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but they offer a breakfast, and they have a morning happy hour. I think it starts at 7:30 in the morning. It's piratey, it's funky, it's delicious. You only live once kind of brunch there. It's going to be, the locals are going to head in there. You're going to see people that are heading out for their day or just coming back in from an early morning shift. So be sure to check that out. Go in and check out that upper deck. And I think that's a great place to start your morning, have your coffee and all of that. So whether you want mimosas by the marina, French crepes in the shade, or a rooftop with roosters, Key West has your brunch covered. I want you to check out, and I'll link it down below in the show notes if you're listening to us on our podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will have a link down to all of this information about all these places that you need to check out for brunch. But let me know, did I miss your favorite spot? Did I have a place on there you're like, really, Michelle? That's where you're thinking is a good brunch? Love to hear you guys' feedback. Continue to send it to my way. We'll update these guides, and you're going to find more of these guides over on FunInKeyWest.com. And Mary Elizabeth saying hi. I'm so glad. If you guys are watching live, be sure to check in. Tell me hi, and how are you enjoying your Tasty Tuesday? What's on your menu today? If you are in Key West, where are you headed to? What are you going to eat? Send me photos. Drop it in. Check in our Fun in Key West Facebook page. Go in and check that out. I am Michelle. So glad you stopped by. You guys enjoy your Tasty Tuesday, and we will see you later.